Hello, how are you? I hope you are doing well. And today I'm going to share my experience during my sabbatical. And it was originally planned to um, um, do during the Wednesday meetings, the best practices meeting, but because of the coronavirus situation, we decided to record it and make it available to you. So here it is. Okay, so as you know, I had a sabbatical during the fall 2019, and today I'm going to present about my experiences. And you can see this beautiful picture. Isn't it beautiful? I took it at the Big Bear Lake during the fall last year, and picture taking became one of my hobbies, and that was another thing on my list that I'd like to kind of enhance my skills during my sabbatical. So that's why I'm sharing a couple of my pictures um, taken by my cell phone. But anyway, so let me start with the biblical meaning of sabbatical and the Sabbath. And I have two verses from the Bible. That God blessed the seventh day and sanctify it, because in it he rested from all his work which God had created and made, which is Genesis 2:3. For 6 days work may be done, but on the seventh day there is a Sabbath of complete rest, a holy convocation. You shall not do any work. It is a Sabbath to the Lord in all your dwellings. Leviticus 23:3. So as you know, the Sabbath and sabbatical, those meetings are coming from the Bible, and it is a rest, but also it is the kind of a glory to the God. We glorify God's work, and it's kind of a worship. So at the beginning of my sabbatical, I thought about this a lot, and then it was a really good time to look back my 10-year experience at CBU and also plan for my coming years. And by the way, this picture is coming from our family's first RV camping trip in Oceanside, California in November. It's a really, really beautiful sunset. Okay, so this picture is from our CBU spring commencement last year. Unfortunately, we cannot have this commencement this year. Well, we will have it, but it's going to be postponed to August. Anyway, during the commencement, of course, I was sitting there to celebrate my students and their work during their 4-year or 5-year experiences, but also that was kind of a moment I started thinking about the plans seriously for my sabbatical. And that was because one of the reasons was because that was the timing of the end of the semester, so all of my courses and most of my work done by that time. But another reason was, as you know, Helen was on sabbatical last spring. I mean, the spring last year. And this picture is from Dr. D. He took this picture during one of our chairs meeting, I think sometime in June, I think. So I was sitting here instead of Helen while she was gone. I was serving. I served the College of Engineering as interim associate dean, and you can see Creed was still there, and Zuping, substitute Grace. Anyway, so it was a really good experience, but at the same time, kind of hard for me to maintain every weekly chairs meeting, also make important decisions for our students in our college. So by the end of the semester and by the end of the term, I was really waiting for my sabbatical. So anyway, so I planned it into two phases, phase one, phase two. The main reason was because I initially planned to go to Korea, visit Korea for my research during the summer and up to the mid-October. And then after that, come back to United States to wrap up my sabbatical experiences and then also prepare the upcoming semester. So I break it into two phases. So let me talk about phase one first. So here's a summary of what I've done during my first phase of the sabbatical. I spent most of my time on the research collaboration at Seoul National University. And I visited Dr. Junho Song's Structural System Reliability Group at SNU from August to mid-October. And this is a picture between him and I. He has a group of students, and his group and myself had a chance to go hiking at the Gwanak Mountain. So this is the Seoul National University. This university is surrounded by the Gwanak University, Gwanak Mountain. So we had a chance to go hiking up there, and then this picture is from one of them. Anyway, Dr. Song was a professor at University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign, and I was a master's and PhD student at Texas A&M. I had a chance to work on the research project funded by Mid-America's Earthquake Center, and the headquarters of that May Center, Mid-America Earthquake Center, is located at UIUC. So I had an opportunity to visit UIUC once or twice every year, and that's the first time that I met him when he was a professor at UIUC. And after that, we met at several other conferences and other events. And he's a good Christian, and his area is very similar to mine. So naturally, he became a kind of a role model for me. So that's how I contacted him for research collaboration during my sabbatical. So last summer, I was there, and we initiated a research project with one of his students, Chang-Wook Moon, on the Bayesian network. Bayesian network is kind of a new technology and method, and relatively new in civil engineering area. And this Bayesian network is these days widely used and very popular in computer science and artificial intelligence and decision-making process and data science in those areas. Very hot topic. So I started learning about this new method, and as a preliminary result and progress, we were able to submit an abstract titled Probabilistic Modeling and Inference for Building Structures Under Earthquake Sequences Using Matrix-Based Bayesian Network to one of the conferences coming year. So next year is actually the 50-year anniversary of San Fernando earthquake. So ASCE, Infrastructure Resilience Group, is going to host this conference at UCLA next year, and we just submitted an abstract to there. So these are a couple pictures from the research collaboration at SNU. The first picture on top, this is actually from the picture in May. I attended the international conference, ICAS 13, and Dr. Song was the main host of that conference. So this is him and his advisor and all of his current or previous students in his group. And this picture is Dr. Song and myself and other civil engineering professors at SNU. And this is a group photo of his research lab. For other activities, I had a chance to give an invited lecture at one of the workshops, the Cable Bridge Global Research Group 4th year workshop on the vulnerability assessment of smart bridge pier due to vehicle collision. I also had an invited seminar at Ulsan National Institute of Science and Technology on seismic firmability assessment and loss estimation for concrete structures. At the same time, while I was in Seoul, Korea, I had to supervise two of my master students here at CBU, so I remotely supervised them on seismic fragility and performance evaluation projects. So we were able to submit two abstracts to the international conference, the World Conference on Earthquake Engineering. I also initiated a research project with Dr. Sang-Hyo Kim, who is a professor at Yonsei University, my alma mater, on the investigation of the August 26th, 2017 collapse of bridge under construction in Pyeongtaek, Korea. So the first picture is Dr. Sang-Hyo Kim and myself when we visited that site. So the bridge was collapsed in 2017. So after the collapse, they destroyed the damaged portion and they make it into a new bridge now. So I think it was open last December. And the picture on the middle here, that's the picture when I had a chance to give an invited seminar at UNIST, Ulsan National Institute of Science and Technology. And this is the picture of myself on the last day of the work at SNU. So Dr. Song and his students kind of celebrated me and gave me a gift, and we had a group photo on that day. And he also provided me a university tour. So this is the picture at the library of Seoul National University. So it was a great experience and great time with him personally, spiritually, and the scholarly as well. Of course, I had a good time with my family. So my parents-in-law, my sister-in-law, their family is in Korea, and my mom is in Korea as well. So we had a chance to have the travel to the southern part of the South Korea. And we also visited several theme parks with my family. And we also visited Lotte Tower, which is the tallest building in Korea. And this is my mom. She found a new hobby now. So she's spending a lot of time on this. This is a color pencil drawing. So she's really good at doing this. So, and I had a good time with my mom as well. And this picture, my little one, Daniel, and Michael and Daniel, they really wanted to do the paragliding while we were in Korea. So we made it. And this is the picture that with a jumpsuit, and he, of course, not by himself. There is another professional glider was there, so he really enjoyed it. And the last picture here, it was unexpected event, but my wife and my father-in-law got a car accident while my family was in Korea, so that's why she had to stay 2 more weeks and then came to the United States with my mother-in-law. So she was taking care of my wife and kids while I was in Korea. But after that, with God's cure, and she is now in a good shape, and she is good and fine. And after the recovery, she is doing exercise, so now she's healthy. So after coming back from Korea, I had a chance to review some of my course materials because I need to, prepare my new semester, which is this semester. So I reviewed materials, for example, the 452, that's an elective course, Structural Dynamics and Earthquake Engineering. And I developed several new small projects on fragility analysis and loss estimation. I also continue to maintain the weekly conference calls with Chang at SNU via WebEx, and that's another good thing because I didn't know how to use these not very well to use this virtual teleconference technology, but I'm now familiar with that before this coronavirus happened. I also submitted a conference paper to the 17th World Conference on Earthquake Engineering titled Seismic Fragility Analysis of a Four-Story Masonry Building with Retrofit Techniques. Jessica, Glenn, and myself wrote this paper and got accepted. Everything is good. I'm not sure this conference is going to be held as planned. This is scheduled in September in Japan, so we'll see. And of course, I enjoyed my family time. So I went fishing with my kids a couple times, and this picture is from our RV travel. And these two sunset photos are coming from the RV trip as well. Okay, and this is my last picture. So first day of work after sabbatical, January 3rd, 2020. After coming back from my sabbatical, when I visited my office for the first time, I see these lots of mails on top of my office, my desk. And I had got a new business card and a new name tag. But it was a really great experience for me, refreshing time. I can look back myself and look back my experience at CBU, and I also had a chance to go through my spiritual status. So it was a good time to read more Bibles and read more other books and take a rest, and it was really, really good. So I recommend you to plan well and prepare your sabbatical. And this is my last slide. So this one, I got it from CDC website. Keep calm and wash your hands. So I hope you are all safe, and then stay healthy. And until we see in person. See you later. Bye.